For my article review this week, I have chosen a Bloomberg article that I found in the Chicago Tribune by Megan Durson. It's from November 20th, 2017, and it's titled, "Too Many Turkeys Means Cheaper Thanksgiving as Demand Stalls." So this article is concerned with the turkey meat production industry and some of the challenges it's faced in the last 2 years. It sets the stage by explaining how turkey demand increased dramatically in the 1980s as Americans began to look for low-fat, healthier meat options. Then in 2015, the poultry industry was hit with avian influenza, which caused the death of millions and millions of birds. Now, since that, production has boomed to replace those dead turkeys, and we're now seeing a surplus in the market. Some of the reasons for that surplus, the article lists as being a surging production and consumption of beef, pork, and chicken. And also, though export markets have helped to alleviate some of this overproduction, China, who is the second largest turkey export market in the world, has a ban on American poultry products that's been in place since the avian influenza epidemic in 2015. So that's led to so the repopulation of the birds after the avian influenza crisis, and this lack of consumption from China has led to some of this overpopulation. Also, Americans' tastes have kind of changed too. Demand for whole frozen birds and bird parts, legs, for example, has stalled pretty well. There has been growth in other sectors that's led to an overall increase in demand, though, for turkey, but it's been in lunch meat, ground turkey, turkey-derived parts like that, pre-cooked and smoked turkeys, it mentions. So, go ahead and answer some of the questions here. Has there been a change in demand in this market? Yes, slightly. It is still increasing. There are still emerging sectors in the market. Like I mentioned, some of those other turkey products. It says Butterball is seeing more interest in pre-cooked and smoked turkeys for this holiday season, last holiday season. And I said ground turkey is incredibly popular. So the market is seeing an increase in demand, but it has stalled. It's not increasing at the rate it once was. Question 3, has there been a change in supply? Yes, so the market overcorrected for the loss of turkeys in 2015. Lack of or decrease in export markets has led to a backup of supply. So I got a graph here. Bear with me a little bit because it's mirrored on my screen. But I drew my original supply and demand curves. Here's S1 right here, and my D1 right here. And then, so supply has increased, right? Backed up turkey supply due to the factors I listed. So I drew my new supply graph here, S2, and my new demand here at D2. So my original equilibrium point was here at P1 and Q1, so right there. And my new equilibrium point is at P2 and Q2, right here. So this shows price should decrease in the market and quantity demanded should increase as we move towards equilibrium. So the last question, is the market moving towards equilibrium? And I believe that it is, because according to the article, turkey meat will be the cheapest it's been since 2013. Was going to be huge savings for consumers last Thanksgiving season. A 16-pound turkey on average was going to be 1.6% cheaper than it was the year before in 2016. And also demand for turkeys, I would assume, would increase. This was before Thanksgiving, so I don't have the full year numbers, but demand for turkey-derived products like the lunch meat, the ground turkey, all that I mentioned before, is definitely seeing an increase. So that answers that question.